Concentrate, Stephen. Do not teleport Tony Stark to Kathmandu.
Prophecy?
Concentrate, Stephen. Do not teleport Tony Stark to Kathmandu.
New energy in the Abbey today, Hunter.
This should be useful.
The weird vibes around here are driving me nuts.
Any new leads? Fascinating info here. And by fascinating, I mean I want to blast these creeps to the moon. These are the current priorities.
You're the boss. Looks like Banner didn't tinker too much with the Gamma Accelerator. Why do I always have a flathead screwdriver when I need a Phillips head? Prophecy? More like prophecy you never.
Do you remember the bells, kiddo? When you were younger, I could barely keep you out of that tower. Any excuse to ring those damn things. You don't know how close I came to cutting them down.
Bye.
Good day, Hunter.
Did the movie...
She's your aunt. Maybe you can talk some sense into her.
Now we can all just hang out, like old times.
Robbie was not on his A-game last night.
All right, Robbie. Today's the day we impress John.
Strange is acting stranger than usual now that Wanda's back.
Back again. All right, then.
Ain't gonna go easy, bub. Nice match.
I still say we should have built a firing range first.
Anyone who knocks the Sorcerer Supreme off his game is good in my books.
Hunter, is that you? You've seen... Oh, it's you. Hunter, right? Sorry for, last night.
Well then, I hope you managed to get a restful sleep.
You really think I could sleep after what I've been through? No, Hunter. I definitely did not get any rest last night. I just sat up and stared at the moon. Is it weird that I think she's going to be waiting for me in my dreams?
I have trouble sleeping for the same reasons.
Guess she's got her claws in us both. I can feel them scratching. You may have taken me from her yesterday, but she still wants me by her side. Just like she wants you. There's... something I need to tell you. The moment you drained the darkness from me, I had a vision.
What vision?
The only way I can describe it was an ancient temple with tentacles etched in stone, reaching up and out like they wanted to strangle the world. I think it was the Temple of Chthon.
Do your premonitions usually come to pass?
Always. Which is why it's more important than ever that you let me help you stop her.
Are you sure you are up to it? You do not need more time to rest and heal?
You want to help me heal? Let me serve Lilith the revenge she deserves for what she did to me. What she did to us.
Let me think about it.
That's all I ask. I'm not as fragile as I look, you know. I'm up to it.
I just want to make sure you are well, Wanda.
I don't think I'm ever going to be well again. But I can make sure everyone else is. I'm talking your ear off, aren't I? I don't mean to keep you.
Actually, I would like to know more about you.
I would like that too.
I want to know more about you.
All right.
Can you give me insight into your magic?
Chaos magic is inherently dangerous, for it is the same power wielded by Chthon himself. It is magic forbidden to the Sorcerer Supreme, for its nature is unpredictable and its touch corrupts. But not for me. I leave no stain on reality, and I have used it effortlessly since childhood. I am the exception to the rule.
Why is chaos magic so dangerous?
If I desire it, I can alter reality itself, or destroy it. And despite what I believed, I can lose control. That's what happened with Agatha.
Tell me your story, Wanda.
My chaos magic came to me when I was a child in Transia, defending my father from a mob. I quickly learned how much humanity can fear what they don't understand. My twin brother had talents of his own. When the mob came for us, we fled and never looked back. We used our talents to survive, and eventually transcend our lot in life. But Pietro and I disagreed on how.
Where is Pietro now?
Still in Transia. He believes in a world where mobs don't menace children who are born different. I am not so optimistic.
If he stayed in Transia, where did you go?
All across Europe. I reinvented myself, lived a quiet life and explored the limits of my magic. That's how Agatha found me. That's when I learned the source of my chaos magic. She offered to bring me here so she could teach me how to refine it. We had so many plans.
Can we talk about your journal detailing the Abbey's mysteries?
Oh my. I'm so sorry.
For what?
Those were all notes to myself. I'm surprised they make any amount of sense.
They do not. Not really. Could you help me decipher them?
I'm sorry, Hunter. Those journals were what led to Agatha's death. I can't be a part of that. Not anymore.
I had questions about your life after the Abbey.
Such as?
What is it like to be an apprentice to Dr. Strange?
I'm still getting used to it. After Agatha, I never thought anyone would trust me with magic again.
A powerful wielder of chaos magic. Why indeed?
That's not how I see myself. I don't know if I'll ever be more than a lost kid from Transia. I wasn't worth Agatha's attention, so why his?
It sounds as though you do not want to be his apprentice.
No, it's a great honor. I learned so much in such a short time. I don't think I can live up to the idea of apprentice to the Sorcerer Supreme. Yes, Hunter?
I had questions about your life after the Abbey.
Such as?
If this is difficult, you do not need to answer.
Hunter, I'm not made of glass. Just ask.
All right. When you were captured by my mother, was there anything she said about me?
Yes, Hunter. You are all she thinks about. She spoke more about you than Sarah used to, which I didn't think was possible. Lilith loves you, Hunter. In her own twisted way, she loves you more than anything. And she will stop at nothing to have you back. Yes, Hunter?
I had questions about your life after the Abbey.
Such as?
Are you getting along with Sarah?
No. Our interactions are best described as she stares at me until I leave the room.
Do you want me to say something to her?
No, I deserve it. Oh, if I could go anywhere other than the Abbey, I would. I don't want to remind her of the worst day of her life. Of what I did to Agatha.
Can we talk about what happened?
I can't, Hunter. It's still too fresh.
We shall speak later, Wanda.
I look forward to it. Yes, Hunter?
I want to know more about you.
All right.
Can we talk about...
Oh.
They...
Hey, boss, head to the forge. There's something you need to see. It's not Strange in his pajamas, though I will let you know if that happens. He has these matching slippers with curly toes. A real Santa's elf vibe. But that's not relevant. Come to the forge, okay?
With all the Gamma accelerators I've seen in my life, this is definitely the Gammaest.
That was a hell of an operation. Snatch and grab and a rescue. I score that a big win for everyone.
Indeed, a much-needed victory on many levels.
No.
Today is the first in a long while I haven't awoken to see doom clouds gathering on the horizon. It's a refreshing change of pace.
We successfully retrieved the Gamma accelerator and brought Wanda home. No wonder your mood is lighter.
I'm so glad we kept the accelerator out of Lilith's hands. Although Tony's notion of stopping the prophecy is doomed to failure because the only thing that can stop Chthon is Chthon. But that's a worry for another day. Today is about optimism.
Dark days will inevitably return, but I think you are wise to take a moment and appreciate the good things when we have them.
Success follows failure. Failure follows success. It's circular. At this moment, we are at a crest. We bask in the warm feelings and pray we don't drown the next time we descend into failure.
I would like to talk more, but there is still much for me to do.
Too much, but I appreciate the time you gave me. Be well. I'm not sure how to even pick up the Gamma accelerator.
I can't tell you how great it feels to have the Gamma accelerator back. Seriously, total game changer.
You are well?
But we can't start passing out the party favors quite yet. If we don't find Johnny Flametop and grab the Parchment of Power, this thing is just a glorified barbecue lighter.
Seems like you've got this whole thing planned. I'm impressed at how you always seem to know what to do next. Always 10 steps ahead of everyone.
Well, I have no shortage of ideas. It's executing them that's tricky. I try to keep a little notebook on hand to jot down ideas as they come up.
Fascinating. Did you write this whole plan down in your notebook when it occurred to you?
Well, sort of. It just says, oh my god, we have to find Johnny Blaze or we are all going to die horribly. I underline the word horribly.
And if we do get the parchment, you really think you will be able to stop the prophecy?
My appreciation of magic is evolving quite a bit thanks to you. It'll be tricky, but I think it's possible.
Your overflowing confidence is something to behold, Tony. I wish I had some of it.
Oh, take all you want. I have enough confidence for the whole team. No matter what, though, this whole thing has already been completely worthwhile.
Oh? And why is that?
Because right now, I'm looking at the Gamma accelerator, and Bruce Banner is looking at an empty spot where the Gamma accelerator used to be. All we need now is the Parchment of Power.
Our vision of the one Lilith serves bonds us, Hunter.
So, do you think Stark can pull this off?
It's a risk. A big risk.
I think the guy's a genius, but come on. It feels like we're pushing all our chips on this one bet.
If he manages to pull it off.
Hey, Charlie Warley puppy face.
This war feels very winnable to me, Hunter. That's thanks to you.
If it gets any sunnier around here, well, good thing I'm a daywalker.
And if he doesn't, we gotta be prepared for hell on Earth. You want in on this discussion, Hunter? Cap and I were just having some words about Tony.
I hear a bit of hesitation in your voice.
The thing is, I've seen Tony like this before. He becomes fixated on one idea to the exclusion of all others. Sometimes the results are great. He can split a molecule and make it rain in the Sahara. But considering the danger we're all in, we can't afford to have anything less than absolute perfection. Otherwise, I'm afraid too many people will die.
I know the danger all too well, and I would say your concerns are valid. The question is, what to do about them.
I don't want to completely derail the plan, but I do think it would be wise to have an alternative ready to go.
Meaning?
We need to start walking, talking, and planning as though this prophecy is going to come true.
So what do you plan to do? Are you going to confront Tony?
I'm not sure what that would accomplish. Our skepticism aside, no one wants this plan to work more than we do. We'll just have to cross our fingers and hope, like everyone else. Here's hoping Tony can pull this off.
There you are, Hunter. I'd like to speak to you, if you have a moment. I understand you spoke to Wanda this morning. Tell me, how is she faring?
Perhaps you should ask her yourself. I am sure she would like to hear from you.
I'm not ready for that. I can't imagine that she doesn't feel some semblance of betrayal on my part. I was the one who gave up on her, and long before she fell to Lilith. I just thought she was lost to us, beyond saving. No one has been purged of Lilith's corruption before. I didn't think it was possible. But you and Nico made it possible. This isn't easy for me to say, but I'm sorry for ever doubting her.
Who you should really be apologizing to is Nico.
Yes, I know. I just don't know if she would accept an apology from me at this point.
Do it anyway.
I can't help but ask, what was it like, purging Wanda of Lilith's corruption? Did you suffer any strange effects I should know about?
I did experience something you should know about.
What's that?
I had a vision. I believe it was the Temple of Chthon.
No. That would mean...
Chthon is almost upon us.
Then we better get to work. Well, that's enough of me monopolizing your time for now. We'll talk more later. Hunter, hello.